What's up, everybody? I'm the BurningSkyCloud, and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. So, we're here at last. I've gotten pretty much every dragon that I got in a good ending with. Hermodine, Abrai, Sebastian, and Katsuhani Maru. And even Kevin. Remy, Laura, and Banana. And, of course, that gun over there. But we don't talk about that. In any case, this should be the final episode of Angels with Scaly Wings. I've completed every single good ending with everyone. So now is the time to finally get the final ending, the true ending. Let me see. I've gotten every single good ending. I got other people's good endings, so I'm basically just going to be speed running through. Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, let's just skip to the character selection. I know how it all goes down. I think the two people that I need to meet with the most are Anna and Lorem. Considering that... Wait. Oh, hang on. So then that would mean that the very first time that I played this, it all got saved, right? Yeah, let me return to the main menu. Well, here we are, finally. Here is the ending that I've been aiming to get. Who am I going to see the fireworks with?
Everyone!
Let's go for it. I thought about who I should bring to the show this time. Thinking about it set off a vivid image in my mind of the fireworks I had seen before, exploded in patterns and illuminated the night sky. Suddenly, memories of my many attempts burst forth like the fireworks themselves. All the different things that had happened, the people I met, and also my many confrontations with Reza. I remembered everything. Yo, let's go! Yo, we're gonna take down Reza. I'm not sure what to say to this. Well, the science behind the time traveling is actually sound and doesn't contradict anything we know about the portal. I can't say the same about the theory with the wormholes and barriers, though. It does confirm what my roommate has been learning and my own experience. I can't believe this all happened to you, Skoy. The proof speaks for itself, really. I'm not sure about this. It all just sounds so... I know, Bryce. Time traveling is only something that happens in bad science fiction novels, right? Harumph. And I thought this was going to be some sort of intervention. I have already given you proof regarding the time travel. You don't just have to believe me about the rest, though. All of you have evaded peril because of this phenomenon. Think of times where you suddenly changed your mind because of what you thought might happen. If you had memories of things that never happened or dreams that later turned out to be true, you've experienced it as well. Huh. Yeah, like that dream I had about the Harry Potter second movie before it even came out. And some of those nightmares, yeah, those have happened too. Are you saying that if I had flown during the competition, I would have died? I remember things from timelines where I died. The same must be true for all of you. It's not just your imagination. Everything's connected in some way. This is nice and all, but why did you call us here? I mean, what's the point of telling us all this? I know where Reza is going to be in a few hours. The 5 of you are the people I've gotten to know best in the time I spent here. And maybe you even remember some of the things we've done together in other timelines. Now, I need your help to stop him. Why didn't you just call the police about this? You wouldn't even need to tell them about all the time traveling and such. This case was already getting too big for us, and we still haven't gotten the reinforcements we requested from the city. With the fireworks going on tonight, we really wouldn't have anyone to spare. You want us to stop him? That sounds dangerous. He's killed at least 4 people so far, right? And let's not forget that he still has his weapon. What's in it for me? Having a part in stopping a murderer would probably get you a civil honor. Wouldn't exactly look great on us to give someone a medal and throw them into prison the next day. Just saying. Knowing Emra, she'd probably make a big parade out of it and have her pardoned. Sounds like a deal to me. Of course you'd only hope for your own good. At least I consider my options instead of following someone blindly. Squy tells you to fly and you only ask how high. Squy has called us here to stop Reza. If we want to make this happen, we should probably start making a plan. Agreed. Same here. So, where is he going to be? In the underground building near the portal. He'll try to steal its generator. I see. Previously, I only realized where he was once he was already inside, but this time, we can think about the best way to stop him. If we're just going to storm the place, I should probably go first. For one, I'm a professional, and what's more, I'm also an Earth Dragon. That's what makes me a good cop. Virtually unkillable by any would-be criminals. I wouldn't be so sure of that. What's that supposed to mean? Well, all of us together should have no trouble taking him down. I don't want to kill him if we don't have to. Yeah, as the chief, I agree. Even if we outnumber him, let's not forget about his weapon. Our first goal should be to disarm him somehow. How can we do that? Well, I've got a shocker at home. Hit him with that and I doubt he'll be able to hold anything for a while. And we can cuff him after that. I'll show you how to do it. Actually, I'll let each one of you have a pair just in case. You don't have to bring one for me. I don't think I'd be able to use them. Adine, seriously, don't worry about it. They were designed with flyers in mind. It's really easy to cuff someone if you know how. Well, if you say so. Okay, we've got a shocker and some handcuffs, but that isn't much of a plan. What are we going to do? Wait for Reza to arrive and then all try to cuff him at once? That's gonna go down well. Maybe you should go alone. Yeah, I'm sure Squy called us all here only to confront Reza alone in the end. Well, actually, no, it's more like, yeah, I'm sure Squy called us all here only to confront Reza alone in the end. There we go, that's better. What are you talking about? Well, if you want to get him with the shocker, your best chance is to surprise him after you've gained his trust. You may think it is safer if we're all there because we outnumber him, but in reality, this will likely provoke an aggressive reaction the instant he sees us all. I agree. You may not be able to talk him down, but in the end, you only need to get close enough to hit him with the shocker. True. Because every timeline that we've tried to stop him, he would get instantly aggressive, seeing that we weren't alone. I think he's frightened, feeling like an alien in this world. Maybe that's how he could become a killer, by seeing us as something foreign or lesser. But I've tried doing all that before, with one of you staying and hiding until things were about to go wrong. That usually didn't work out as well as it should have. Because your approach with him was wrong. You tried to talk him down or distract him while hope arrived. While hope arrived. There we go. What should I do then? Go there before Reza arrives and act like you were going to steal the generator yourself. Carry it together, and as soon as you're outside, surprise him with the shocker and cuff him. Meanwhile, all of us will be hiding in the area and watch you to ensure that nothing goes wrong. That sounds pretty good. How did you come up with that? I read something similar in a book once. Books are good to read, you know. I see. Wasn't that in one of the Sheridan books? No comment. Any other opinions about this plan? I couldn't think of anything better if I tried. Do you think you can really pull it off, Scoy? I'll have to. We better get ready then. I'll have to fetch the cups from the department, and I should get her shocker. I also have to make a phone call before I go. A phone call? Is it Maverick? Yeah. Oh, Sebastian. To tell Sebastian not to come in for a shift today. Haha! Yay, we saved everybody! While we waited for Bryce and Anna to return, Lorem, Adine, and Remy stayed in my apartment and made lunch for everyone. After we were all reunited, Bryce showed us how to use the disposable plastic handcuffs he brought. As they were designed to even constrain an earth dragon like Bryce, they were nigh impossible to tear. And then you just pull here until they're tight enough so he won't be able to pull his wrists out. Got it. Does anyone need help? How about you two? No, I got it. You were right. It's pretty easy if you know how. Alright. We've got some more time before we're leaving. Guess we can just sit around and wait. The calm before the storm. Oh, this is exciting! By the way, how's that investigation about me coming along, Bryce? That's not something we should talk about right now. Besides, I've been busy with the whole Reza thing, so... Of course you can't tell me anything. I suppose I won't even know when your people will suddenly decide to take me in. Hey, it's not my fault you violated the conditions of your suspended sentence. I'm just following protocol. I better get pardoned for doing this. Or else. Or else what? I might as well go through the portal myself if I just end up getting arrested here. Just saying. If you don't want to stay here, maybe you should go right now. Hey, I'm all for helping Scoy. I just want to make sure I'm covered as well. If what I've read about her is true, then maybe she shouldn't get pardoned. Relax. Don't believe everything you read in those tabloids. I can confirm. They don't know anything. You don't know the whole story, either. Does that mean you lied under oath? Maybe I should reconsider this pardon thing. See? That's what I mean. She only cares about herself. My research has saved thousands of lives, if not millions. What did you ever do for the community? I volunteer at the orphanage. And what's more, I do that just to help them, not for my own gain. Why does she have to be the only one who gets something out of this? Well, all of us will probably get a medal. This isn't really the kind of discussion we should be having right now. Anna, if you lied under oath, then that's something I can't just forget. Can we have this conversation later? What are you going to do about it? I'll make you a deal. You tell all of us right now what really happened back then, and you'll have my support when it comes to being pardoned for helping Scaly stop Reza. How does that sound? We don't even need her help. She can just leave as far as I am concerned. If I'm going, I'll take my shocker with me. Don't do that. I want to know what happened. You'd rather know and let her walk. She's already being investigated. Let the wheels of justice do their work. Now, Adine. See, Scaly, I just can't catch a break with these people, even when I'm here to help you. She may walk anyway. This infraction was so tiny that she may put a spin on it that makes her look like the victim, just like the last time. If she tells us what really happened, then that's something we'll always know about her, and how we can be sure she won't do anything like it again. So now you're planning to resort to blackmail. You know what? Do whatever the heck you want. I don't care. Just make up your damn minds. I want to know. Me too. Lorem, Adine. I don't like this. Alright, let's hear it. The majority has spoken. It all started when I decided to look for new angles to tackle cancer. Since I occasionally work with the police, I got a phone call that they received the victim of some sort of accident. As the victim had no family or relatives, there was no one who could object to her body being used for research purposes. Usually, this wouldn't be anything special, but she wasn't just your usual victim. She was pregnant. For me, this opened up a lot of possibilities. Usually the council wouldn't allow fertilized eggs to be used for research, but here we were talking about a few fertilized egg cells that hadn't even formed an eggshell yet. They would have perished quickly if I hadn't noticed that she was technically pregnant. I submitted my forms for the research and started my work. Since the material was very sensitive, there wasn't really any time to wait for approval, as it would have put the whole experiment at risk. Either way, I was sure the paperwork would go through, and I had other things to worry about than what some busybodies would think about my work. My approach was to tinker with the fertilized egg cell's DNA in order to create a living organism whose immune system would be strong enough to combat cancer all on its own. Once it hatched, I could make a few transplants, and a new way to fight cancer would be born. In order to ensure compatibility with myself, I spliced it in some of my own DNA, enough that it would be considered a member of my own species rather than the parents. And the results of my experiments was incubated in an artificial eggshell, and then it was just a matter of time before it grew up and we could see if the procedure was a success. For some reason or another, however, my proposal became a public matter. Proposals like mine that needed the council's approval could be seen by anyone and were open to discourse, but people usually didn't care about them unless they had some experience in the field. Not so in my case. Once the media got a hold of it, rumors ran amok about what I was going to do. People fixated on small details and exaggerated the procedures outlined in the experiment. Self-appointed do-gooders who thrive on outrage made a smear campaign against me, and due to all the ensuing controversy, my proposal was ultimately rejected. So she was only doing good, but got slandered for what she was doing. It was already a shame that an experiment like mine, one that could help countless patients, both current and future, could be shut down like this. But there was more. Some people were watching me, and they knew I was doing something in my lab. A group of council-approved scientists were going to come to my lab to discuss alternative strategies for what I was trying to do, but I knew it was partly a setup in order to check that everything that was going on in my lab was legitimate. This music's kind of sounding like a Doctor Who moment. By this point, the egg was already substantially developed. No another visit, and that my experiment was now illegal? I had to get rid of it somehow. I would have smashed it if I could, but the fetus inside was already too big to make it vanish easily. In the end, I decided to leave it on someone's doorstep, disguised as an egg left by unwanted parents. Oh. That whole affair got the police department in a lot of trouble, too, because it was us who gave you the material. Don't you have a single shred of decency within you? Oh, wow. Now, let's not have any arguments here. I could have done much worse than leaving it on someone's doorstep. Besides, don't expect any goodwill from me if if you never showed any either. Hey, we were on your side during that whole thing, remember? Yes, but only because I saved your ass more times than I can count. No one, not a single person has ever been nice to me, just for the heck of it. Except for Scaly. Leaving an egg on someone's doorstep is such a horrible thing to do. Like you would have done anything different in my position. I would have owned up to my mistake, because I know how these children end up. You can't say that for sure, Adine. If you were in Anna's shoes at that time, who's to say that you wouldn't have made that choice? How they have to grow up if they don't get adopted within a few years, doomed to be nobody's children. You spliced your own DNA in, so you're basically its mother, yet you didn't hesitate to throw your child away when it became an inconvenience for you. Actually, it's more of a clone than a child. Did it even have a name? Or was it just a product for you? A failed experiment? Well, she did have a name. I even scribbled it on her eggshell before I left it. Wait a minute. It would have been around the same time, but...
Who exactly is it?
No, it can't be.
Emily?
What was the name? Why do you even care? They probably found her. She went to a nice family and lived happily ever after. End of story. What was her name? Well, if you really want to know, it was Emily. Holy sh... So by right, Emily is Anna's mother.
Dude!
I know her. She's been living in the orphanage all her life while you went on with yours without a care in the world. Why even that name? After the mother, I guess.
Now that you mention it, I think the victim's name was a bit different. No! No! Amelia, that was it. Froze to death during a winter night, if I recall correctly.
What? Remy, I never told you this, but shortly before she died, Amelia found out that she was pregnant. That means you...
Where is she?
Don't worry, Remy. She's being taken care of in the orphanage. We can go there once this is over.
Bro! I never would have thought that Emily played an important part in all their lives. Remy's the father! Holy shit! No, I want to go there right now. I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
Yeah, if you're going to meet her, it would take some preparation, and you shouldn't see her when you're like this.
Besides, we should be focusing on Reza right now.
Agreed.
Honestly, I would have thought Remy would have started crying.
You're right. This is more important.
I think it's time to go anyway. Alright. Let's do this.
Bro! Holy muffins! I never saw that. Not in a million years would I have seen that coming. It makes sense now why she got sick suddenly. She got sick because she was pregnant. Oh. And Anna saved her. Anna saved Emily. Soon, we arrived at our destination, and everyone chose their hiding places. It wasn't easy, especially since we didn't know where Reza would come from, but with a bit of scouting from help from Medine, they all found suitable places eventually. I went inside, trying to remember the room the generator was in. Luckily, I had plenty of time, and when I found it, I packed it up in a cardboard box that was lying around, just as Reza had done so many times before. Then I waited, knowing of the various conversations we had in other timelines when we met here. I could think about what I was going to say and what his likely response would be. I also found it interesting that this time I could be the one who was here first. After a while, I heard footsteps outside. As if on cue, I took the box with the generator and opened the door. Reza, you're here. You don't know how glad I am to see you. I've wanted to talk with you for so long. Where have you been all this time? Now the shoe's on the other foot, Reza. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. But talking can wait. Now that you're here, we've got everything. Come on, help me with this and let's get out of here. Whoa, whoa. We're honestly just... Holy crap. This time we're the ones that got to have the say. Reza walked up to me and grabbed the other end of the box. Slowly, we made our way through the building. I can't wait to get out of this place. It gives me the creeps. How so? Ever since I arrived here, a lot of weird things have happened. I don't like it. What are you talking about? Something strange is going on in this world. When I close my eyes, I see things. Things that never happened. And things that later turned out to be true. Do you know what I'm talking about? No? So you do. How is that possible? I don't know, Reza. I had my own reasons for coming here today. I knew now would be the best time to take the generator and leave through the portal. What about you? They aren't looking for you too, are they? No. They believe I'm on their side. Then what are you doing here? I had a feeling you'd be there. I figured it out just like you did. We can't wait for them to build us new generators. Considering they took the PDAs and generators back from you, it's more than fair that we take this as payment and be done with it. Wait a minute. Oh shit. What is it? Something's not right here. Suddenly, he let go of the box, making me put it down. He took a few steps back before he grabbed his gun and pointed it at me. Reza, what's wrong with you? How could you even know the time I was going to be here? Oh, frick. Because of the fireworks. We both know they give us the perfect cover to do this now. No, that's not it. We've both been here before. I remember us carrying out the box together, and that time, you killed me with my own gun. Reza, what are you talking about? It's all coming back to me now. There's not been a single time where you actually wanted to help me. Shit, now he remembers too. Too many timelines converged. That girl with a mask, where is she?
Oh, surprise, motherfucker! Yo, she's like, she just wee, ain't shooting me this time.
Reza turned around, just in time to see the administrator tackle him to the ground. Why didn't you do that before, you Izumi? I ran towards them, but in their scuffle, a few gunshots unloaded. The telltale hiss of the generator sounded through the hallway. I turned around and ran towards the exit while both Reza and the administrator scrambled to their feet and followed me. Woo! When we were all outside, I was swept off my feet as the generator exploded. Recovering from the fall, I looked up, only to see Reza running towards the portal. Yay! A dine! Suddenly, a dine swooped in from behind and collided with Reza. He stumbled and fell to the ground while Adine regained her bounce and ascended, attempting to circle to face him again.
Oh, surprise, I'm up here too.
Reza stood up and raised his gun at her when Maverick suddenly pounced out of nowhere and pinned him to the ground. Bryce was running towards them when Maverick looked at Reza, growling.
Don't kill him, Maverick! And why not?
After what he's done to you, you're not letting him off the hook that easily, are you?
Let me cuff him. Go ahead.
When I arrived, Reza was already secured and ready to go. He spotted me, his face contorted with anger.
You! How could you do this to me? To everyone! You have no idea what I had to do to get here, to get this close of bringing the generator home and to our people. If you had only helped me instead of them, we could have done it too. Where were you when that bastard of a dragon bit me? When I couldn't do anything but lie around in pain the whole day with a festering wound, huh? Or when I waited for you at the portal a week ago, ready to leave with parts I stole to repair it. When I shot my gun a few times, hoping you'd hear it so we could escape together. I risked everything when I waited for you. Maverick nearly got me that time too. I could have left without you if I wanted. I had everything I needed, but I didn't want to just leave you behind. Should I shut him up?
It was your feelings towards me. It was your feelings towards me, Reza, that prevented you from leaving. No, let him talk. You said we would do anything, that together we could save humanity. All those teleportations messing with our heads. Don't you remember our plan? I never forgot about our plan, Reza. I just wanted the dragons to be part of it too. What are you going to do now, huh? You'll see. Humanity's going to be fine. And so are you. Take him away, Bryce. I just want to know one thing. Who really sabotaged the portal?
That was me. I knew it was Reza who was stealing the generators, so the least I could do was prevent him from sending them to humanity and escaping through the portal. As long as it didn't run, he could never completely get away from us.
Smart thinking, Mavs.
Say it. Or rather, say it.
You were right about everything. You were right about nearly everything, Maverick. Just not about Scoy. Still, it took an extraordinary amount of bravery and courage to do what you did. Who knows how all of this would have turned out if it wasn't for you. It feels so strange to me now. But it's like I just had to follow Reza. That I even knew where to go and where I would find him. Wow. When he knows someone well enough, I followed my intuition. But the longer I kept pursuing him, the more I thought I was going crazy, and that it might mean my end if I decided to go down this path. Maybe that wasn't just your intuition. Come on, do you want to help me show Reza his new cell? It would be my pleasure. Just as they went off with Reza, I saw Remy and Lorem approaching. Izumi was leaning against Remy while they walked up to us together, her overalls bearing a large red stain in the center. She needs help fast. I tried to give her some first aid, but I don't think it did much. Based on these wounds, I'm not sure if anyone can help her now. She's right. I won't be around much longer, and there are still things I need to tell and show you, Scoy. Maybe I could carry you. No, we have to go alone. Alright, can you all wait here for me? Or, can you all wait for me here? Sure. Please, just don't start arguing again. There would be no point now that we've stopped Reza. It's all good. She actually managed to convince Maverick not to kill him. Ex-boyfriend, and he still listens to me. Isn't that funny? I could tell you about Emily while we wait. That would be lovely. Wow. That was just mind-blowing. This feels like a satisfying conclusion to everything that's been going on in this game. Izumi led the way as we walked through unfamiliar territory. Maybe I should start by telling you that I haven't been exactly truthful with you. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's fine. Still, now that we are here, I think I should tell you everything. When I was accidentally sent back in time, I wasn't alone. Really? What are you talking about? Did you really think a single person could have accomplished everything I told you about, and single-handedly figure out time travel along the way? We were an elite team, sent to break new ground. There were 4 of us. So what happened to the other 3? Heinz Foreman, geneticist and project lead. Sybil Thomas, behavior specialist. Francois Bordelon, military advisor. And lastly, me, Otomo Izumi, engineer and maintenance crew. This is the kind of job that is so top secret that I wouldn't be surprised if we were... Oh. This is the kind of job that is so top secret that I wouldn't be surprised if we were all killed after we hand over the data. Good thing we're not expendable, huh? You think they're sending us into the middle of nowhere without seeing us as expendable? People, please. First of all, you were briefed about this, so you should already know what your duties will be. I am sure all of you are well qualified to perform as expected, but let's get to what this project is really about. Does anyone want to make a guess? Since I am here, it can only mean something with military applications. Good guess. Miss Thomas? Does it have anything to do with PTSD, perchance? Not quite. How about you, Miss Otomo? I have no idea. Just get to the point, please. Let me sum this up in one sentence. Intelligent, trainable bioweapons as low-cost alternative to mechanized weaponry in developing countries. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, this conundrum we find ourselves in might actually work out in our favor. Since we are outside of any jurisdiction now, that means we can do whatever we want during this little project of ours. Just think of the opportunities. You intend to utilize human DNA in this project, don't you? You know, this is starting to make a whole lot more sense now that I'm reading it. I thought they would do that anyway, and pay off whichever country we would find ourselves in. Yes, but now we won't even have to do that anymore. It would take me a while to repair all the damage and re-establish communications with the company. Until then, we're kinda stuck here.
Who says we need to wait until then?
Who says we need to wait until then? I don't know. I don't think they'd like it if we just went ahead with the project before they even know what happened to us.
Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
That's how you end up in jail.
What else are we supposed to do while we are here? If worst comes to worst, we can just destroy the results. Heck, if this works out, we are the only ones who have a portal into the past like this. It could be only the first of many incredible opportunities. Think about all the animals we could use, the raw materials and plants, even the atmosphere. I can already smell all the rare gases here that we could harvest.
I think that's just the ventilation system being wonky. I haven't had the time to adjust it yet. You're only thinking about the company. But what about us?
Already thinking about mutiny? I think that would be a bad idea. Oh wait, I keep getting Heinz and Francois people mixed up. Already thinking about mutiny? I think that would be a bad idea.
I thought our salary already contained an eternal loyalty and silence bonus.
That's the thing with greed. People always crave more, regardless of how much they already have. That is true. Even with all the money in the world, a person will never truly be happy. Money just doesn't buy happiness, after all. All this discussion is pointless. I'm the team lead, and I decide we do this.
As long as you take responsibility if there are any troubles.
I know what the company wants, and I say this will make them more than just happy. In a few years, you will thank me for it. Trust me.
If you say so. If we were going to make bioweapons, what animals would we have based on them if we didn't end up here?
The great thing is that we don't have to choose. We already have technology that does all the work for us. We just need to provide the samples. And based on our criteria, we get a customized genome that fits our purpose as best as possible.
And you want to give them human intelligence.
Why wouldn't we give them as much intelligence as we can? If they can think too advanced, too abstract, don't you think they might start to have independent thoughts? How are you going to control them?
Oh, hang on, it's Izumi again. If they can think too advanced, too abstract, don't you think they might start to have independent thoughts? How are you going to control them?
That's what Miss Thomas and Mr. Borderline are here for. With the right training, it shouldn't be an issue. Besides, you know that most human soldiers are obedient, right?
I suppose so. How do we know this is going to work with dinosaur DNA as well?
We will find out soon enough. Should we? That is not a question we ask at this company. You should know that by now. Have you never seen Jurassic Park?
History repeats itself. If you want to see Jurassic Park, you only need to open that door.
You will soon find that all your concerns are unfounded, and I'll show you why. But first, let me talk about abilities. Now that we have a whole new world of potential samples, we should be able to find even better alternatives to what we have been planning. What abilities would those be? Flight, armor, fire, to name a few.
All at once? That sounds like an awful lot like dragons.
Dragons are scary, aren't they? This could even be a psychological component. To be fair, getting all of those into the same species could be complicated. You think you can do something nature couldn't? That's why we're here.
What animal is the fire ability based on?
The bombardier beetle. The bombardier beetle. We're going to make the mechanism safer and easier to control, though.
Alright, so we're going to combine animal strengths with higher cognitive abilities. But how are you going to prevent others from stealing the genome? Backyard breeders could be a problem. A very good question. There are a number of safeguards we are going to introduce to prevent any unauthorized copying of our product. Firstly, there is the genome itself. Raising these creatures from infancy to a point where they become usable for their purpose would take some time. Since we are going to do this ourselves, we have a unique blend of hormones to make them reach this stage fairly quickly. Making them grow up naturally is something that will take so much time and resources as to become unviable by anyone who would want to go that route. With us, they can be combat ready in months instead of years. Secondly, all creatures will be equipped with a brain implant. Not only will this give them a variety of advantages, but it's another safeguard against copying as well. Without the chip, they will either become uncontrollable or die. So even if the genome is stolen, that won't be worth anything without the chip. That's genius. I know.
Couldn't just someone hack or reverse engineer the chip and manufacture it themselves?
I doubt it. They're intended to be sold in low technology areas. Even if they can reverse engineer the chip, they don't have the facilities to mass manufacture them. Otherwise, they'd just be using combat robots like everyone else.
You want to modify their behavior with technology. Being dependent on a chip sounds dangerous. What if it fails?
Don't worry about that. Lastly, there's the training. Training any living being, no matter if human or not, takes time and money. Not only do we have an automated training program, but we can also use the implant to accelerate this process. What about direct transference of knowledge into the creature's brains via the implant? That technology is still in its infancy. If we want to get this product out and into the market as soon as possible, we'll need a solution that works right now. Fair enough. It will give the user full control as well. The creatures will be able to learn from experience, but undesirable memories can be wiped easily.
Sounds like you have it figured out sounds like you have it all figured out already.
The company has been working on this project for a long time, and now it's up to us to make it reach its natural conclusion.
Unfortunately, I feel like that's going to be a thing in the far future.
Implanting chips into into people's brains, like in Severance, to control them.
No, thank you.
And what would that be? Our product is the creature, the chip, and the training, all in one complete package. Take away just one of these three components, and the product won't work as intended. We deliver them ready to be used in combat from the moment they arrive at the customer's doorstep. I still think we should wait before you rush into using animals that we hardly know anything about. Your opinion has been noted, Ms. Otomo, but it won't carry much weight.
I see.
Despite my objections, the experiments under Heinz Foreman went full steam ahead. Using the genetic material of many prehistoric reptiles, a variety of species were designed. We started our tests with the one that enjoyed the most combat-related improvements, measuring their viability and the effects of our safeguards. Soon, the first proto-dragons were born. One was raised to be as naturally as possible. Another was going to receive the hormones for accelerated growth, while the third one was to be trained via the automated learning program. The last one was to receive all of the safeguards at once.
I see.
They were all identical clones. Caring for them was a task that ultimately fell on all of us, in addition to our usual duties. For now, the artificial domestication process was the genome made sure they would be controllable and obedient even without the implant or training. We were already being recognized as pack mates and parents by them. While I knew about the added intelligence, I had to realize just how far they had gone. It was when the first of them started talking. At that moment, I knew that they would never be free, never be happy. They would only ever live a life of servitude or be used as weapons. They were given sapience, only to face a future of enslavement. I knew that the company would expertly maneuver around the legal system to make it possible. As I had worked my way up the ranks within the company, I had become increasingly disillusioned by the many despicable acts and projects I witnessed. But now I was at a breaking point, ready to blow the whistle on everything I knew about them. While the experiments continued, they relied on me to repair the portal and return to our time, and I could only buy so much time while I figured out how to proceed. I knew that as soon as contact was re-established, I wouldn't be able to stop the project anymore. It was then that I realized I had to do something. Did you go back in time, or did you kill them? You'd think they wouldn't need to send someone to take care of this anymore. It should be all automated by now. True. We have a robot that can perform any kind of surgery, so they don't need to send a doctor anymore. Why not have a robot that can take care of other robots? Because I'd be the one to create that robot. And if I did, I'd be out of a job. By the way, I think the heater in my room is broken. Would you mind taking a look at it later? I could think of a few ways to turn up the heat. A tempting offer that I unfortunately will have to decline, Mr. Bordelon. I hate these early morning meetings. Anyone else want a cup of coffee? Miss Otomo, perhaps? You know I don't drink coffee. 3 cups then, just as usual. I don't know why they even gave us 4. Oh, did she poison the coffee? Here you go. Why even coffee? It's not as if we couldn't just take a pill to get the same effect. Ah, but then you wouldn't get this lovely taste, Miss Thomas. Can we just get this over with? Of course, of course. Who wants to present their results first? No, don't everyone speak up at once. No one? Alright, I suppose it will have to be me. Again. You know what? You should all be glad that everything is recorded and transcribed automatically now. In my days, we actually had to write these reports ourselves. Hell to our machine overlords. Can we just get this over with? Of course, Mr. Bordelon. We... Suddenly, Heinz started coughing. When his fits didn't stop after a few seconds, all of us stood up and Francois went over to him. I'm dead! Heinz keeled over, his eyes opening widely into an unfocused stare. He stopped moving before a bit of foam started appearing at his mouth. He needs his injector. There should be one in the drawer over there. Quickly, I went to the drawer, grabbed something, and ran up to Sybil. That's not it, you stupid... Before she could finish her sentence, I drove the scalpel into her neck. She collapsed immediately as blood gushed out of the wound, staining the floor red. She screamed, and Francois turned around to see me still holding the scalpel while the bleeding Sybil lay on the ground next to me. I attempted to stab him, but he grabbed my arm and wrestled the scalpel from me, which fell to the floor with an audible clang. He then wrapped his hands around my neck and started to choke me. I fell over backwards and he followed, his hands never leaving my neck in the process. He was now kneeling above me, and I found myself becoming weaker by the second. Yo, that got intensely... that got pretty intense. I made peace with the idea that I was going to die. I didn't know what would happen afterwards, to the dragons, to Earth, to everyone, but at least I could say that I tried. When I came to, it was from feeling something dripping into my face before Francois was dragged away from me. Slowly, my vision returned. I looked up to see one of the dragons approach me before it started to lick my face with its blood-stained muzzle. Holy sh... Yo! That got
wickedly intense. The other design species were made, and after making some adjustments to the learning program, it taught them what I wanted them to know. I founded the first village, and they grew up quickly, knowing only me as their leader. By the time I left, they didn't even need me anymore. They had become completely self-sufficient. So, in the end, you gave them even more than life. You gave them freedom. She sat on the ground, panting heavily. There should be a shovel over there. Take it and dig. I did as she asked and began digging a hole in the area she indicated. I wondered what would await me when the shovel hit something hard and I dug around it, unearthing a vaguely round shape. More shapes followed, and as I continued, I eventually realized that I was looking at a body. I lifted it out of its shallow grave before turning it over. It was me. Why? How? You have to understand, there was no other way. Each time you traveled back in time, I had to kill you. Having multiple instances of you would have been troublesome. You know, I didn't really stop to think about that. Not once. Never really stopped to think about there being a possibility of two versions of the same person in the same timeline. Izumi really did her homework. We only needed one of you. One to go through the same scenario over and over again so that we could learn what to do differently. So this is your graveyard then, full of other instances of me. Not just you. There are also others. And myself. Others? Yes. In some timelines, they sent someone else instead of you. She was not a nice person. Why did they send someone else? They told me I was the best candidate as I was going to offer my own PDA for the trade. Because in those timelines, you died before you ever had a chance to arrive here. Murdered for that very PDA you gave to the dragons. Oh. How many are there? How many did you bury? How many times have we done this now? I lost track a long time ago. How I wish I could forget it all. You only did what you had to. Hey, Sky. Do you remember anything about the first time you came here? Let me think. You mean when I confronted Reza alone with that explosive I made from a generator? Then you don't. You only remember the newer timelines. I think it's better this way. I've killed you so many times, and sometimes you did the same to me. Or rather, a different me. You don't know what it was like when I still had to try and figure everything out. You only remember timelines I had sufficiently tampered with. What are you trying to tell me? The first few times, I was just watching you. I can see your intentions were pure, and that you were filled with determination. But without my help, you always failed. Everything that happened, from all the murders to the conclusion in the lab, it was all necessary to arrive here. I also needed to show you what kind of person Reza was. You wouldn't have believed me otherwise. Could I have stopped him earlier and saved those he killed? I don't know. Maybe you could have. You could have killed him day one. If I died before I could reveal myself to you, circumstances could have been unfixable. How many times do you think we tried before we even had the remote possibility to succeed? I know what you did. I've done it too, remember? If you didn't step up to the position back then, we probably still would have had to figure out a few things. Sometimes, I didn't quite know myself why I had to do the things you told me to. If we didn't lure Maverick to the portal during my first day, the confrontation that set off this whole chain of events wouldn't even happen.
Your meeting with Reza had to be interrupted. Otherwise, he would have told you about his plan that night. And from the ensuing talk, there would have been only two options. Either you would have joined him to save humanity while leaving this world to die, or you would have opposed him, in which case he did not hesitate to shoot you then and there. We had to do a lot of things to make this happen, didn't we? All those other timelines, just to succeed in this one. The others might have failed, but we still learned something from every little mistake we made. And that's how we could arrive here. What will you do now? With the generator gone, we won't be able to stop the comet. Maybe we don't need to. What are you talking about? Back home, there are plenty of empty buildings. If the dragons took their generators and technology with them, we could revive all the infrastructure, the hospitals, schools, everything. They could make humanity an offer they won't be able to refuse. You want to relocate them? Do you even have any idea how many dragons live here? Sure, they may have never settled on another continent, but we are still talking about millions here. Even if they won't accept them, they will have safe passage to set up a new city. I don't think it will come to that, though. We have plenty of dead infrastructure and room to fill. It could be the very first city of its kind, with dragons and humans living together. Besides, if we can't stop the comet, this is about as good as it's going to get. I know you won't settle for anything less. If this is the only way, then I won't object to this outcome. And the thought of humans and dragons living together is one that I think bears a lot of potential. Oh man, that would be something. Intelligent dragons that act like humans. Maybe from the ashes of both civilizations, something new and greater can be created. You don't realize the weight that's been on my shoulders from all the things that I had to do to make this work. Now that we are here, I don't think I could continue this existence with these memories in my mind. Now that we have saved them, I can finally rest. Maybe I have to apologize. You are right to want to save humanity too, when both me and Reza only cared for one civilization. You never settled for one. You wanted to save everyone. I guess I was so blinded by what wanted to preserve my creation that I refused to see anything else. I'm glad you saw this through to the end. You never stopped believing. If it wasn't for you, I could have never done this. And now it's on you to make it work. A city of dragons and humans. I'll try to do my best. I believe you will. And then I can die happily, knowing that they will be safe and can look to a brighter future. No, you can't just die now. How am I supposed to do this without you? Don't be sad for me. I wouldn't have it any other way. She's spent so long just trying to make this outcome possible. Be at peace, Izumi. You can finally rest. Besides, I'm sure you'll do a fine job. How can you be sure I will? Because if you don't, I will hold you responsible for what happens to them, through time and space, if necessary. How can you make jokes at a time like this? You have only seen what I had to do, not what I wanted to. If we met in a different time, a different place, things could have been very different. I have killed you so many times, and put you through so much anguish just to make this happen. I only long for your forgiveness and understanding, that you can look at what we achieved now and tell me that it was worth it. It was. Thank you. She closed her eyes as a single tear ran down her face. I moved to wipe it from her, and could already feel the warmth draining from Izumi's body. She was dead. After being told of the comet and realizing that any of their attempts to stop or redirect it would fail without the lab's generator, the Dragon's Council agreed with my course of action, as did humanity. While the repopulation of our city turned out very differently than humanity had initially hoped, all concerns were not against the possibility of the vast amounts of technology and generators the dragons would bring to revive it. Soon, the initiative to relocate the dragons through the portal was in full force, and I, still acting as an ambassador, helped as much as I could to make it go as smoothly as possible. Oh. After a few weeks, we had done it, and as the last of the dragons from even the furthest regions had arrived on the other side, the time for me had come to walk through the portal for the very last time. I looked back to their village, and saw all the abandoned buildings, doomed to be destroyed when the comet would hit soon. As I walked up to the platform and waited for the portal to do its started routine, I thought about what would happen now and what would come of this collaboration between humans and dragons. I was sure there was a lot of work to be done, especially if I considered the state of the rest of the world. But maybe our city could be a bastion of Earth. Not as the last one remaining, but rather as the first of its kind. And from it, maybe we'd be able to grow and spread our influence. Maybe. Together, we can rebuild. That's funny. We can rebuild. Oh my goodness. After so many endings, we have finally achieved the true ending. And you know what? This feels conclusive. Getting to learn all about the dragons and everything they've gone through. Well, not all the dragons, but the ones that we interacted with. The ones that we formed relationships with. Well, he won't be missed. I think the one that hit me the hardest was Remy's ending. Because of poor Vera. But, you know, I'm glad that Vera is alive, and I'm even surprised. I was blown away when like, holy shit. Remy, the father of Amelie, and Anna injected her own DNA. You know, Remy and Adine would make a cute couple together. They care so much about orphans. I wonder what life would be like. Well, first off, I can imagine this Katsuhane Momu taking his cart with him through the portal. You never think that the things are going to tie in with each other through these multiple timelines that we've been through. But I honestly enjoyed every single one of them. Even Maverick. Understanding this path through from Anna, well, that changed things a little bit. I really very much enjoyed this game. I definitely enjoy a good story plot like this. I think together that humanity and humans can actually survive. You know, this is... And I have to say, this was an incredible game. Oh shit. All those that we saw good endings on. I wonder how different the menu looks now. You have seen the true ending. Now get out of here, you freak. Oh, does that mean that's it? That's all there is to see? Well, who knows? Either way, it might be a good idea to keep your save file. You know, just to be sure. Maybe it will come handy in the future. And you know, it's daytime, but the system's actually right. Because apparently there is a secret ending to this. But to do that, I need to have the majority of the in-game achievements unlocked. Which would mean that I would have to go through even the bad endings to get it. So, with that being said, if you guys want to see the bad endings, I'll probably make it as a compilation. Maybe. Nah, I'm not sure if I'll just go ahead and play the bad endings just to get the secret ending and keep all the bad stuff out of the way. But if you want to see it, let me know in the comments below. But for the time being, Angels with Scaly Wings is pretty much over, except for that last little bonus ending. In any case, if you enjoyed this entire gameplay going through multiple timelines to get to the good ending, to the true ending, please like, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe to see more in the future. And as always, I will catch you all later.